The Costly House. Raghuveer of Shripur had two neighbors, Shobharam and Mastan. Raghuveer was a good man. So far as Shobharam and Mastan are concerned, we better leave them to our reader's opinion. One day, the two neighbors called on Raghuveer. Friend, they said, we are launching a new business. Why not invest your money in it? You will see the result in 6 months. Raghuveer had a saving of 20,000 rupees. He handed the amount over to his two neighbors. No doubt he saw the result in 6 months. Shobharam and Mastan, pretending to be in distress, informed him that the business had failed. There was no possibility of Raghuveer recovering even a paisa of the 20,000 rupees. But Raghuveer heard from a private source that his two neighbors had added 10,000 rupees each to their savings in the bank. Raghuveer, however, did not ask his neighbors to explain this boost in their savings. Days passed. Raghuveer was down with sickness. He knew that his days were numbered. He called Shobharam to his bedside and said, Brother, I am about to die. I seek of you one favor. What is it, brother? Said Shobharam. I must confide to you that I have some buried wealth. But if I reveal the secret to my wife, she might spend it in no time. She is quite a spendthrift, said Raghuveer. You are right, brother, Shobharam responded. Now listen to me. I have buried my wealth in four corners of this room, dividing them into four equal parts. Nobody knows about it. My request to you is, after I am gone, when you see my wife suffering from difficulty, tell her about the buried wealth. But don't tell her about all the four spots at a time. Only when she has spent the money hidden at one corner and has fallen into difficulty again, tell her about another corner, said Raghuveer. I will do exactly as you say, promised Shobharam, suppressing his excitement. But how much have you buried? He asked. 20,000 at each corner was the reply. You are the only one to know it. Shobharam felt his heart jumping with joy. He took leave of Raghuveer, assuring him again that he will do the needful. Next day, Raghuveer summoned his other neighbor Mastan and told him the same thing. A delighted Mastan assured Raghuveer that he will do the needful. A month thereafter, Raghuveer expired. Both Shobharam and Mastan showed Raghuveer's wife much sympathy and helped her and her children perform the last rites of the deceased. After 6 months, Raghuveer's wife asked Shobharam for a loan of 500 rupees. We are planning to move over to the town. My son has got a good job, she said. In that case, my sister, why don't you sell your house? Why let it decay? I should be happy to buy it for 20,000 rupees, proposed Shobharam. Thank you for putting the idea into me. Let me think over it, said the widow. In the evening, she asked Mastan, Shobharam proposes to buy our house for 20,000 rupees. What do you think about it? He's a swindler. Your house should fetch 25,000. I'm ready to buy it at that price, said Mastan. The widow was happy and no less surprised, for she knew that 20,000 was a good price for her house, which was in a bad condition. Upon hearing of the price offered by Mastan, Shobharam went up to 30,000. Mastan then offered 35 and Shobharam proposed to pay 40,000. But none of the two had so much money. They met privately and decided to share the house. It is only on humanitarian grounds that I was willing to pay the widow a high price, each told the other. They decided to divide the house between themselves later. The widow transferred the house to them and left for the town with the money. The night after Raghuveer's family left, Shobharam entered the house as quietly as possible with a crowbar. But on the veranda itself he met Mastan also with a crowbar. They looked daggers at each other and then muttered simultaneously, So you two know the secret? They decided to share the 80,000 and began digging at the corners of what was Raghuveer's bedroom. Nothing was found. Then they dug the floor of other rooms in vain. They worked for the whole night and fell exhausted by morning. They realized that Raghuveer had avenged their treachery. Please like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Do provide your feedback in the comment section below. Thanks for listening.